fans, welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. It's a stadium known for its design, its noise, and a fan base so passionate. Brock, you know this firsthand. They've retired a jersey number for them. Welcome, everybody, to Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And away we go from Lumen Field. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go.
Right to the air with Smith. Metcalf there to bring it in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Sent down by Cody Barton. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Hey, let's go Wednesday, on Wednesday.
Here's 2nd and 7. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigba. And it's 3rd down.
Snowball.
Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down. Pressure comes. Smith. Into the hands of Walker. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
1st and 10 from the 41. Man in motion out of the slot. Walker on 1st down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Blitz coming for Smith. Dump off caught by his back. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Third down, 1 yard to go.
Here we go, here we go.
Man in motion here. On 3rd down, they're going with Charbonnet. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain on the play. That brings up a tough decision for them on 4th down.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Here we go, hey.
Trying for it, it's Walker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And this is run down into the red zone at the 19. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Line. Hold.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They send the tight end in motion. 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. About set for the 2nd quarter. Seahawks football here. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. It's 2nd and goal. It's a design boot. Flushed out of the pocket. The throw is caught. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out.
You know, Kate, that really is one of the benefits that comes with experience. You'll feel it. Right, look at the quarterback, never seeing the rush, never looking at the rush. Instead, eyes are downfield, and the big play follows.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal.
Ready? Hey, go flip her up, flip her up. Hey, it's a clip. Hey, go.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Oh, no touchdown, it's intercepted. Picked off, Brandon Jones. And the Broncos take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game.
Red zone defense, it is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only but taking the ball away, that is a gold star effort by the defense.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he's brought down for a loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Now Nick's on 3rd down. Complete to Mims. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
Here we go, set. 60 by 6, 60 by 6. Unlock fire, unlock room.
A handoff for Williams, running left. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Working quickly here. Trying again, following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Takes this in at the 25. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. Nice moves on the return. He gets 17 out of it. And it'll be Seahawks football. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Hey, here we go. Here we go, sit down.
They go play action. Here's Smith. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
This is Walker on second. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Sent down by Cody Barton. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be third down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Hey, here we go, here we go.
Smith to the air now. Walker hauls it in. Rolling into enemy territory. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That's the 2-minute warning in what has been a defensive battle. The Seahawks with a chance to break this tie.
No ball, no ball.
First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Gets this to Fant. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Alex Singleton makes the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. John Franklin Myers coming in to clean things up.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
On 3rd down, Walker. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down. Smith setting the throw. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st and 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
From the gun, Smith. He finds Fant. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Now Seattle going to call it 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Hey, here we go, hey.
Walker now from the gun. And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. Just short on 3rd down, no gain on the run, and now what will they do on 4th? Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. Myers' kick is good. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our 2nd half. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Nix from the gun. Mims with the grab. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Offense up to the line fast. Second half starts with a run by Williams. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Putting a receiver in motion. Nix with it on first. Finds a man. Adam Troutman has it. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Shotgun snap to Nix. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take the lead right away in half number 2. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos take a 4-point lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Slow ball, slow ball.
Looking to throw, Smith. That's a catch. Jackson Smith in Jigba. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Running left, here's Walker. Along the sideline, past midfield. And he's down to the 42-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. A play fake, now Smith to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. They'll come up 1st and 10. Toss play, this is Walker. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
There we go.
Now an inside give to Walker. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Offense in the hurry up here.
Hey, let's go Sunday.
Walker will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released, and that sure altered the throw.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal.
Hey, here we go, here we go. Hey, trio left. Here we go, son.
Shotgun snap to Smith. And he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. Celebrating a decade in the NFL, he sends it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lone point.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Here's Traymon Smith with the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And the return takes them down inside the opposing 40. Some excellent field position here.
Well, by the time he shifted into a different gear and began that foot race up the left sideline, you could tell this return was already getting out of hand. And what a gift for this offense. He now gets to take over with a lot of the work and the field position already done.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Finds Mims. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Handoff goes to Williams, running right. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. Oye Mafe bringing that play to a halt. So we're through 3 here. It's the Broncos with the ball, trying to close.
Ready?
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. He's on the move. He's on the move. And he hits the deck after setting him up with 1st and goal. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that will set up 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. This time it's a passing play. Throw complete to Williams. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's Williams. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. 3 yards on that carry. That leaves them facing 4th and goal.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. 1st down, didn't score. 2nd down, didn't score. And now 3rd and goal, can't find the end zone either.
Here comes Will Lutz, a lot riding on this field goal try. This is a chip shot from the left hash.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. Smith on first down. Looking screen, but they intercept it. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock, to have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Smith coming off that pick. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
There we go, slow ball, slow ball. Look. Ours. 13X.
Back to the air. It's Smith. Into the hands of Walker. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Working quickly here.
Look, Jack's left.
Throwing on third, Smith. It's caught Metcalf. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Check 59, Cobra.
And again, it's Smith. Connects with Fant. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Offense up to the line fast. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. It's a Seattle touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extremely important moment here for the Seahawks as they go for two.
Here we go. Check 58.
He's throwing for it. And he's into the end zone, so the two-point try pays off. They cut the deficit to just a field goal here in the fourth. Critical two-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A three-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Williams to start the drive. He breaks the tackle. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Second and 4. It is caught left side. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Offense in the hurry up here. They're now set for 1st and 10. Going left side, Williams with it. Works the sideline inside the 35. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
1st down, and they go right back to it. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Another run for Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now Seattle going to call a 2nd timeout. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. He'll look to throw it. Pass taken in by Sutton. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down. Running right, it's Williams. And he takes this one in for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos make it a 9-point advantage. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. Point after tries, goodbye, Lutz. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, here we go, man.
From the gun, Smith. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
49, flip her off, 49.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. Trying to push it deep downfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Strike. Run line.
Now to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are inbounds. Oh, what a play! That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
13 it. There we go, Salon. Alert! 53. There we go, Salon.
They are throwing it again. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Second and 10 now. Trying to push it deep downfield. They connect on the deep shot. And he's got enough to move the sticks.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
There we go.
And they send a man in motion. They'll throw it again. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Right on the edge of the goal line for first and goal, and I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a first down pass play can, and certainly was effective.
They've got less than 40 seconds to work with. Not impossible, but got to recover this kick. And the kick is recovered by that Broncos hands team. Well done by them. And that should put the finishing touch on this victory. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore. But he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. This is Williams. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Offense hurrying to the line with the clock running. On second down, it's Williams again. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. So the Broncos ride out of here with a win on the road. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And, Kay, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. And off we go from Denver. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
And that's how you get started and open up a game. Really well-blocked play. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage. If you're the offensive line, that's exactly what you've talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control. And they gave their running back plenty of room to rumble.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Here's a 2nd and 5. He'll get that to Charbonnet. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 3rd and 5. Now Smith going to change the play.
Hey, alert! 13 next.
Now Gino. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
Well, I think when they look... They think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Walker now on 1st and 10, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 7. Smith now to throw. Left side complete to Lockett. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And now an audible here into something else. They'll try for the first with Walker. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here we go, hey. Hey, it's a clip. No ball, no ball. Hey, trio left.
Smith. Throwing the out route, and he connects with Fant. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Cowboy 80. Ready. Bronco switch. Bronco.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd and 9. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one swung out to Williams. So the completion good for 7 there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Here's Nix. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
An audible here to get a new look. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now they'll audible to something else. Here's Nix once more. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Nix to the air. Flushed out right. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos.
Let's go. Cougar 19. Jack Panther.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
70 Lions. Bring it. Ready.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Geno now to throw. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Man in motion left, that's Smith and Jigba. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, they certainly took too long to set up play action. That gave the pass rush time to get home for its first sack of the game. For their sake, they may start to think about the quick game and leave play action alone for a little while.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Smith.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Now it's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They try the left side here with Williams. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. To throw is Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a handoff running left. This is Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Broncos are able to stretch out their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Ready. On. 13
Throwing now is Geno. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Here's 3rd and a few inches. Out of the gun, Walker with it. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
Hey, here we go. Sunday.
Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Throwing Nix. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. To throw, here's Nix. And his throw is incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Here's 2nd and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Come 19, come 19, go!
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Cougar 19. And up. 7 Pirates, 7 Panther 11, Panther 11, Mustang 19. Ready?
Nix looking to throw again. Steps away. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
70 Lions. Ready? 18 Raptors.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it, escaping the pressure right. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. The kick by Lutz is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The final shot here before break. Smith. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
From the gun, it's Walker. Down to the 41.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Throwing is Smith. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he's fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. They snap it to Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And Smith here, an audible at the line. In motion right, that's Metcalf. Straight ahead, Walker. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Hey, here we go, hey. Good.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Has not been a big game for him throwing the football. I think he feels like, let's try something different. Let's use the legs here and see if we can make some plays.
And no passing touchdowns, yardage not where he would like it. Try something new. It worked there.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
They'll toss this out right to Walker.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Walker once more.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. And you can bet when they were in that huddle, there was definitely some urgency because I'm sure they were saying to each other, we got to push this one in right now so we don't have to run this on 4th down, and there'll be extra bodies in the hole. That's excellent work there at the point of attack. All it takes is one little crease as he fights his way into the end zone.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
Again, it's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Oh, look at the juke.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. Now Williams running left. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
70 Lions. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Back to throw. Nix being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Bo Nix scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Broncos have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. The Lutz will look to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now Geno. Buying time to his left. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And they'll get him down right around the 16. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's Smith. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make the play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Myers' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Roll.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 134 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. They run off tackle right with Williams. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This will get the lead up to 7. The kick by Lutz is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. From the 33, here's 2nd down at 7. Smith now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
And next time, Brandon, I think you might want to consider running it because those defensive backs, they were plastered to the receivers, and they weren't letting up as that play went on.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw is Smith. Smith and Jigbo hauling it in on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now Smith. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Smith throwing again. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Smith. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line. To the right side, this is Walker. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Smith. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Big play looming here. This is 3rd and 7 with a crowd on their feet. Smith going to move him around. They'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical, you feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands. That's a big letdown.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Walker now on 1st and 10. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Smith to throw.